everybody, and welcome to Neurotic News. Thanks for listening. And again, I'm going to plug that RATHY and I will be at the Melbourne Comedy Festival at the end of March and all through April. It's a whole month. And then I'll be in Sydney. I think it's the first week of May, immediately after the comedy festival. And then I'll be in Brisbane after that in May. So, yeah. So that's that. A month doing 6 nights a week of the comedy festival. How do you feel about that?
I feel like there's a lot of good stuff to do there, but you can't do it.
Because of the stress of the show?
Yeah, like you'll see like the best restaurant you've ever seen, be like, I'm not going to get around to that.
Yeah. You don't have the mental capacity to handle enjoyment. Like that's all taken up by the stress of the show, which is every night,
it's
an
like
hour
having
of stand-up.
Pleasure deprivation.
Yeah, like sleep deprivation, light, sound deprivation, and then pleasure deprivation.
Yeah.
From doing something you love.
Well, yeah.
Too much.
You don't love it, you know.
It's pleasure and pain, isn't it?
I love movies.
Right.
But that's about it.
Right. And food.
Yeah.
Nice. How would you describe your experience in Edinburgh Festival, which is the same but even worse and harder and less people?
I would say it's like if Despair had a soundtrack, it would be bagpipes.
Right.
And you do hear that. You
in
wake
the background,
up hungover, and there's just this bagpipe playing somewhere. That's just, do you know what I mean? Because it's coming through the mist.
The bagpipes are coming
mist,
through the mist. Yeah.
And there's bagpipe.
It sounds like you had like a delusional, like almost transcendent hallucinogenic psychosis of some sort.
Yeah.
During.
Yeah, it's weird because my only interaction with the place was from watching Braveheart. And
I bet that was shattered by the Fringe Festival where you come there and there's garbage in the streets and street performers juggling, going, Malise, would you like to join in my card game? And then just 5,000 shows on in every fucking corner of everything, and you're one of them.
Yeah. It's really the street performers that get you down.
Yeah.
Because they obstruct the cafes and do you know what I mean? You're like trying to get in.
And they're juggling knives.
And then you see a poster of yourself and you're just overcome with self-loathing.
It sounds like a good time.
Yeah. I wonder why you do it. And by the time you get paid, it's like 7 years later.
Right.
And you know how all the cells in your body change
every 5 years or 7 years, yeah.
So you feel like a different person. So when the money comes, you're like, is it even mine?
Right. Someone else earned this money who isn't me anymore.
And you tell that to the promoter and they're like, I get it. It's tough out there. Here's my account details. Just send it back now.
Right. They agree with you because they're like, yeah, I mean, if you don't want the money, I totally understand. It's not unusual. I say shit like that.
It's tough out there.
Yeah.
Just put it back now, though, while you're feeling this feeling.
Promoters are happy to.
BSB 043, like just get the account.
Here's the exact details. There's a link here too. You can just make it quicker.
The branch is in Hamilton, just if they need that.
It sucks when you see a promoter, you know, in a new car.
Yeah. They've always got a personalised number plate. Like lol. And it's weird because you get paid 7 years later, but they've got the new car. But for some reason the payment for them it's like a direct debit, like it's like an instantaneous.
Well, it is. Yeah.
But by the time you get paid, it's like the light from a star, how it's actually from billions of years ago.
Right. Something could have happened. Yeah, like something could have happened, and you're receiving the light from it, but.
Yeah, your payment is like a star's light.
But the star is dead, but you don't know because you're still waiting to receive the light.
Yeah, and the light comes and you're like, this isn't instantaneous.
In this weird analogy, the promoter's a thing that's dying.
Yeah, the dying planet.
The money's taking years to get to you.
It's the same thing I think about the property ladder.
Right.
I think of that term now.
What's a property ladder?
You know, they're like, we're going to get on the property ladder.
Oh, right. I haven't heard that before.
I think of it as just like the ladder that rolls out of a helicopter.
Oh, yeah, the rope ladder.
Yeah, it's like that now, like a rescue helicopter.
Right.
And you're in a burning building.
Okay.
Kind of thing, which is just a metaphor for the... This is a real estate term I heard, which is called shaking the apple tree, which is where you drive up the rent so all the tenants have to leave.
And what's what do you get out of that?
You can get new tenants.
And how is that profitable?
Because you know these tenants can't afford this rent.
So they go out and then people who can come in.
Yeah. So you raise it.
So they're scum.
Yeah.
And they put a welcome to country at the bottom of their email with a he, him.
Yeah.
For sure.
And they say shaking the apple tree. So the apples are the tenants falling out of the building.
Right.
I just like that term.
And the tree is their property.
Yeah.
So you could take an axe to the tree, couldn't you?
Yeah.
That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Demolition it. Bulldoze.
Scum.
That's what I think.
That's what that's business these days. They do that. Nobody bats an eyelid, but then they have a gay pride float.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
With fucking real estate agents snorting coke, dancing on the float, supporting LGBTIQ rights.
Is that a float now?
What, real estate?
Well, yeah, and the other thing with real estate agents is they wear those shoes with no socks.
They do.
Those like deck shoes?
Yeah, yacht shoes. That was the best way I could describe it.
Even though they're selling stuff on land?
Right.
It's like they're about to get on a yacht.
Well, yeah, real estate leads to yachts.
Yeah.
I think there's a relationship there.
It's the same type of person.
Yeah, not my type of person. It does fill me with rage. They're just making money so easily. Like they got kicked out of my rental and they sold it for $1.7 million.
You were the apple.
Yeah. I was the apple. It
sucks when you're the apple falling out of the tree.
Yeah.
I think it can also literally mean they're plunging to their deaths too. Like they jump off the balcony once they find out the rent's been risen.
There's that element too, which is a nice twist.
Or you can vacate the other way, where you just go down the stairs.
Do you think, how do you feel about, like, do you feel like life is better now as someone in their 30s, or did you prefer it when you were younger?
I think that there's no clear victories after a certain point. Like after like 25 or 30, all the victories are muddied.
Right.
It's kind of like when someone takes a shit and then they use like a floral aroma. Well, every moment's like that, I find.
Right, so you just don't have any moment that's like pure joy.
No pure, it's always filtered. You know what I mean? You've got a cocktail, but your prostate's inflamed.
Right, you've got a cocktail, but you don't like the people you're having it with.
Yeah, don't you find like it's that mix of it's ambivalence, uncertainty, dread, regret, and it's just getting heavier.
Yeah, it's like a backpack full of rocks.
Yeah, but you're playing a quest game.
And you're gathering them.
Yeah, and you know if you forgave everyone, it would be easier. Like you'd actually get the backpack off and be able to slay the dragon with more mental clarity.
Yeah.
But instead you hold on.
Yeah. You hold on and just take a Xanax instead.
Yeah.
Instead of actually doing something. I was in America visiting my brother, and I thought this was interesting. I went up to a guy. It was in Detroit. No, it was in Indianapolis. Yeah, it was in Indianapolis. And I went up to the dude and said, "Where's good to eat?" And he said, "Well, I don't mind eating down here. Over there, it's not bad. Like, it kind of messed my stomach up a couple of times, but it's not too bad." And I just found that fascinating that America's the only country I think you could ever go to where they're like, yeah, it can make you physically ill, but I still went back and ate there.
Yeah.
Don't you find that interesting?
Yeah.
Like, it's very American experience to be like, yeah, I went there, it made me physically ill, had diarrhea. Yeah, I was really very sick from it. Went back. Was easier. The stomach had gotten adjusted to the different bacteria.
Once you overcome the hurdle of vomiting uncontrollably, like in The Exorcist.
Yeah, I was violently vomiting and shitting myself. It wasn't too bad.
It's kind of like heroin, like because the food is on the same quality as heroin.
Right.
Where you vomit the first time, but once you overcome that, it's pure bliss.
I see, yeah.
Then you can eat the enchilada that's been sitting there for 4 months.
It's crazy how bad food is in America, hey? I mean, the average food.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to me that, you know, that's just this American way to be like, yeah, I wouldn't just eat out of a dumpster.
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad.
It's fine. You develop gut microbiome that can metabolize garbage. After a while, it's the second brain. Mine's got Down syndrome because I ate Macca's.
They call the gut the second brain?
Yeah.
Right. So second brain's got Down syndrome because he eats.
My second brain's got an extra chromosome
My
because I ate
second
tacos.
I eat too many tacos and burgers.
And my second brain.
Chicken wing, my second brain's mentally disabled.
My second brain's got a carer. Wipes my ass because of how much diarrhea is coming out of my ass. Projectile.
Taco Bell. Taco Bell is just, yeah, it's just diarrhea food.
I remember in America there was a place, Indie-Mex.
Whoa.
Like a fusion between Indian and Mexican, so you don't know how you got the diarrhea.
Right, that's an interesting combo.
It's like a mystery. Like where you'd have to get a scientist, and it's like one of those choose your adventures.
Yeah.
Like where's the origin
Yeah,
story?
it'd be fascinating, yeah.
Was it the chicken tikka taco? Like which?
Yeah, was it the salsa Mexican side of things or was it the buttered chicken, the Indian side of things?
Was it the lambuna?
And then they got an Indian dude and a Mexican dude working there, and the Indian dude's like, it was not my half.
Please.
Listen to me, brother.
Consult Jose, my brother. It's just...
Please, brother, listen to Jose. He do the Mexican, he make you sick, not...
It's Julio.
Yeah.
And then Julio's like, please, man. It's just Sandeep, man. I told you.
I told you Sandeep is the one. I can't do a Mexican accent.
It's hard to... I don't know how that got going.
Indie Mex or
it's
this
like how the
conversation?
Nazis allied with the Japanese. Like, what was the meetup? The first meeting, you know?
Yeah.
There's a guy doing a sig hail and then a bow.
Yeah. I feel like the Japanese consulate would have been like, yeah, the Nazis want to talk to us. It's like, oh, that's interesting.
We've got different greetings, eh? Because they do a sig hail, which is really kind of rude, like doing the finger to someone, and we kind of bow, but
yeah,
we'll see what happens.
We'll work it out. It would have been a nervous meeting. It's like when I hang out with my black friends.
Yeah.
Like because they're in hip hop, they have so many handshakes.
Yeah, yeah.
And I always get really nervous because they're like hip hop guys. So they're like doing all these handshakes and shit. And I'm like, from Toowoomba, I'll just do the handshake. Thanks. There's no frills.
Yeah.
I feel like there would have been a lot of tension in the Nazi.
With the bowing and...
Yeah, it's just like, do I bow, then Zig Heil? Should
I bow? Yeah, because would it be like, should I capitulate to Emperor Katsu? Or
Emperor Katsu.
You know? It's weird how everyone in America is morbidly obese except for the elite athletes.
Right.
And Japan's the opposite.
As in sumos.
Yeah. Like everyone in Japan looks like Marie Kondo or Rikishi.
Who's Rikishi?
He's just a sumo wrestler.
Did you make him up?
He's real.
Rikishi?
Yeah.
Do you think listeners were like, oh, yeah, Rikishi?
I know Rikishi. Good friend of mine.
Yeah, right.
When an athlete in Japan loses weight, it's because they're retiring.
Right.
Which is interesting.
No, because the professional athletes in America are ripped in six packs and then the spectators are all like sumo wrestlers.
Yeah, it's like the opposite.
Yeah. They're not throwing the salt, they're putting it on their chips.
Yeah.
stupid.
The queue in Disneyland looks like sumo wrestlers going in for a weigh-in.
Yeah, I bet the sumo wrestlers have come to America, Disneyland, and feel insecure. Like, geez, some of these guys look pretty good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like formidable opponents.
Oh, yeah.
Because what is sumo wrestling? It's just big fat people running at each other, isn't it?
It's fat people wrestling.
Yeah.
And in America, that happens on their budget airlines. You know, those like videos?
Yeah. That's like their sumo ring.
Yeah.
Mm.
They should go on wearing nappies like the sumos, those G-strings.
I reckon someone would be wearing adult diapers, and then the air hostess should go through and do a ceremony to smoke it, clear the evil spirits, whatever they do at the start of sumo, and then morbidly obese Americans can run at each other and
wrestle.
Yeah. There'd be one dude going, "Could you keep it down?
Yeah.
I'm trying to watch Ozarks on the TV.
I got Ted Lasso over here in the background. Your fat ass."
It's so funny, Americans, because they will just, you know, they're about that. They will speak up.
Yeah.
Australians, it takes a lot more for us to speak up.
Yeah.
But Americans like, "Could you fat bastards stop wrestling in the aisle? I'm trying to watch Ted Lasso, you fucking jerk."
Yeah. You guys are fully nude except for an adult diaper. You cover yourself in sunflower and rancid seed oils. You brought in little fanny packs and your fentanyl fanny packs, assholes.
Americans will just say that.
Yeah.
Australians will keep all that inside, but Americans would be like, "You're too fat, you fucking fat idiot. I had Indie-Mex. I need to get to the back of the plane to take a shit."
You've turned it into a dojo dragon. Because the air hostess lighted a sage stick, so you're fat ass. And they're just wrestling.
Your fat ass can wrestle.
Over an armrest.
"I had Indie-Mex. I need to take a shit in the back."
That's what I imagine a Delta flight as, just in my mind. Like,
two fat people in nappies wrestling in sumo wrestling while one guy complains that he's got to get to the toilet.
But the weird thing when if you win like you win a brawl on a flight, there's no honor.
Right.
Like in Japan, it's like, like it's a consecrated victory.
I like that sound effect for honor.
It's like a statue that people bow. But on the flight, they land and they arrest your ass. Like there's a knee in the back of your double chin.
Arrest his ass. Because the American...
Quarantine his ass. He just ate Indie-Mex.
Hey, these are the guys who are wrestling in the adult diapers covered in rancid seed oil.
The excrement is pouring onto the hands of the NYPD.
Yeah, I feel like the American in-flight brawl is it's a tradition almost now, isn't it?
Maybe in 1,000 years it will be a consecrated
honoured thing.
And you're right, like the air hostess will light the candle and
then they'd get up at a certain height, then everyone goes ding, and then the match begins.
They cover them in rancid seed oil and they wrestle.
It has to be rancid. It has to be rancid seed oil.
You know those oils that have been tentatively linked to pancreatic cancer? That they fry everything in?
Mm-hmm. That's what they cover themselves in.
Yeah.
We see big dump trucks.
Brother Huberman talks about it.
Does Brother Huberman. Yeah. Because you see big dump trucks, don't you?
Dump trucks?
Sorry, I should have clarified. You know they're ones that take the oil?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like they're a truck of oil that just dumps like a tanker of oil, which I always found weirdly disturbing. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Oh.
Is that nasty oil?
It's that nasty cooking oil.
That's the stuff that'll kill you, eh? The oils.
That shit will kill you. It's the oils.
That's also another sign of aging when you're preoccupied with oils.
I'm obsessed with oils. Really brings you down.
And you say things like, "Oh, the stone fruits are in season."
Or
Just
this
phrases
wine
like that.
has the taste of forest floor.
Yeah.
I can taste the forest floor. Do you ever get like did you ever get into tasting wine or whiskey or anything like that?
No. Tasting it? No.
Yeah.
Just
never got that.
drinking. But not just a little microdose.
What, where they spit it out?
Yeah.
Seems weird.
Do they do that with beans as well? Coffee tasting?
Fucking oath.
A bean tasting.
Yeah.
Imagine telling people you're going to a bean taste.
Mm.
You know what I mean? That coming out of your mouth and expecting not to.
I'd be
bashed.
like, yeah, no, it sounds good, man. Then I start following them.
Yeah.
Preparing for how I'm going to kick them to death. I'll follow them to the bean tasting and then watch them sniffing a cup of African, Ethiopian, dried, mild, organic rainforest beans.
I prefer my...
Which will increase my rage.
Just the descriptions.
Yeah.
I prefer my beans like my Joker's single origin story. single origin story.
Yeah. Nice.
Not when he's got multiple origin stories. Here it's like, it's because my wife cut me with a knife. And
yeah. Does he have multiple?
In the Heath Ledger one, yeah.
He does?
He's got, he says multiple stories for how his face got cut.
Oh, he does.
Whereas the Joaquin Phoenix one is like, no, he was a clown who was disrespected.
Mm. Well, it does seem like a very clown thing to do, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure there's plenty of clowns on the cusp.
The Goulier ones.
Yeah. I mean, push them hard enough and, yeah, they'll also knife their friends.
Yeah.
Both metaphorically and literally.
No one has a nervous breakdown and becomes more woke.
More progressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I heard, yeah, it is funny, that concept, because I know a comedian mate of mine he was a big touring UK act and he had a nervous breakdown. Well, they call it now as adrenal fatigue. Have you heard this term?
Yeah. I've definitely Googled it.
And yeah, you look like someone who might know what that means. Yeah, he had a nervous breakdown or adrenal fatigue, as they say now, and had to fully quit drinking coffee, alcohol, all drugs, and just drinks juice now. And yeah, obviously he's jaded, conservative. No one ever has a nervous breakdown. It's like, yeah, I might put a gay pride flag on my car. Put him in the bottom of the email or whatever.
Yeah, they wake up in a pile of garbage.
In a pile of garbage.
With a swastika carved in their forehead.
And
they're like, oh, I guess this is me now. Move to the forest, join a paramilitary group.
Paramilitary group. What's interesting about the post World War II thing? I was watching something on talking about paramilitary. Yeah, it's interesting because they had a thing called Operation Paperclip. Do you know about this?
Yeah.
It's where they took all the Nazi scientists and incorporated them into the US government. And that's how NASA started, because the Nazis invented rocket science. I don't know if they invented it, but they were doing the best rocket science.
The best rocket stuff.
Yeah, they were doing the best rocket stuff at the time. And they took them in, for Operation Paperclip. So that became NASA. So they were just evil, which is evil. I mean, to a degree, because they did horrible things. Then they were just given a really good job for the benefit of America, I guess. So it's complicated, right? And I assume the same thing for, the dudes who did the anti-Semitic drawings?
Yeah, where they have like a Jewish financier puppeteering society, like with puppet strings and...
Yeah, and it's a rat or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them have Jews as rats.
Yeah.
And, yeah. They probably started Pixar. They went to Pixar, I guess.
Yeah.
Rat to make, yeah.
Operation Lamp.
Yeah, just
because
people that are good at making creatures look human.
Yeah, well, they made humans look like creatures, and then Pixar makes creatures seem human.
Right.
So it was a flip.
Right.
Because they humanized a rat with Ratatouille. But they dehumanized Jews by portraying them as a rat.
Well, if you think about it, it wouldn't be hard to swing that if Nazi Germany had won the war, to swing Ratatouille as an anti-Semitic film, really, would it?
Yeah.
That'd be right up their alley.
Just dub it a bit.
And a lot of Star Wars characters too have been accused of being... Remember there was that one that It's floating, got a long nose. Everyone said this is anti-Semitic because he was arguing about money and shit.
And the cartoonist's name was Hans Gruber.
Was it?
Well, I don't know, but it's just what if it was?
It'd be funny. I think if Hitler was around today, he's a vegan. He was a vegetarian dude who was a painter.
He'd be gentrifying Marrickville,
Yeah,
eating a plant-based bratwurst at a gallery opening.
he would be. He's a vegetarian artist.
Yeah,
Where do you think you're going to find him if he was still around today?
he'd be riding one of those bikes.
One of the penny farthing bikes.
Farthings.
Oh, there goes Hitler.
He's just into steampunk.
Yeah.
Have a periscope strapped to his forehead like a submarine.
I guess Anne Frank probably would have had TikTok.
Yeah. I don't think you'd be writing a diary these days.
Yeah. I don't think so, yeah. I guess the diary is the TikTok.
Yeah.
That's what's scary because, like, imagine if Nazi Germany happened when they actually had technology.
Yeah.
Because, like, they're always, we all know that tech companies spy on everything we do. How easy would it have been for Hitler to be like, oh, look, Bernstein checks in at bagel shop.
Yeah.
It would have been a lot easier.
Yeah. Leonard Cohen checks in at therapy. Oh. Yeah, it would just be like the whole breadcrumb trail of everyone.
Yeah.
Location. It'll be a lot easier next time.
It's weird. That Joe Biden actually got on TikTok recently?
Oh,
and
really?
there's quite an outcry because, allegedly TikTok can spy on all your devices and he's the president of the United States. But he wanted to reach out to the younger audience, so he did a TikTok during the Super Bowl. Did you know that?
No.
It's pretty crazy, don't you think?
That's a Faustian pact, eh?
What's a Faustian pact?
I don't know, but like I think it's when it's like just to have all your secrets leaked.
Right.
To connect with young people.
Right. So you're saying like the Faustian pact is like the fact that it's dangerous but also beneficial.
Yeah.
So that's the pact.
But it seems way more dangerous than beneficial.
It's weird just to think like dancing and just weird, dumb shit could put the whole country at risk.
Yeah.
So they can be like, God, dude.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I love this story.
I don't know if that's happened to you, but yeah, basically your phone, the screen cracks and then it starts just randomly calling people on your phone, even though it's just on the table.
Right. That's crazy that it did that.
Yeah, it'll just randomly call your ex-girlfriend and put it into a split screen FaceTime with your landlord.
Right.
And now you're suddenly mediating a conference call.
Right, yeah.
That's been organised by your phone. That's what I think is crazy. Technology, it makes things that should be really easy, really difficult, like printing.
Should be simple.
But then things that should be easy are nearly impossible.
Right, I see what you mean. Like, as in, like, we can send a message to someone in America instantly.
Yeah.
Incredible, unimaginable. But then sometimes you're like, why is it playing a U2 song?
Yeah.
Like, that should be simple to not happen.
Why is it sharing a U2 song to a guy that fired me from Boost Juice 7 years ago?
What other crazy shit did you find? Didn't you say that it called your parents and put them on with a drug dealer?
Yeah, it put me it called a dude I bought Valium off once and put him into a split screen with my parents. And so it just does stuff that's
of
just
its own.
Yeah, that has this cosmic almost. It's almost like it's become sentient because it's broken.
Right.
It's like whenever technology malfunctions, it's like it's developed a personality.
Yeah, it's true. It's like like starts doing.
It's like R2-D2 or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's got its own. It's not doing by the rules.
It's gone rogue.
Mm.
Like I've got a fan, I've got to like tap it twice and wait 12 minutes. Because it's just
a fan. I see what you mean. Like a fan is in. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and it's fucked.
But it works if you do that.
Yeah, it's like you've got to talk to it almost. Like, come on, like it's like a kitten.
Yeah. Fuck. So frustrating, eh?
And remember, our friend's car it just beeps when it reverses.
Mm.
Like even though there's nothing behind it.
Oh, yeah. It's getting paranoid in its old age.
Yeah.
I remember you had a car that went forward in reverse.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like that car had a personality.
Mm.
It was like its opposite day. Because I remember going up a hill and this car started going back. So I put it in reverse and accelerated and it went up.
Wow.
Now that's bizarre.
Yeah, that is bizarre. Yeah, I remember driving to uni once and I burnt my clutch out. So I guess just my clutch gone.
Yeah.
I guess I was riding it too much. Young, dumb, not driving the car right. And a dude just drove past me and go, dude, your car's on fire.
Yeah.
There's just smoke coming out the back. Some of the dumb shit I did with cars, it's fucking unbelievable.
It's funny when the government clamps one of your wheels. Have you ever had that?
No.
They put a sticker on the front.
Oh, that's cool.
It's kind of cool.
You know that's going to be expensive.
Yeah. I like the idea of just the wheel being like someone's just clamping it, like you're not going anywhere.
We're going to sort this out.
It's like your car's in trouble.
Right.
Like you see these cars that have been clamped and they've got stickers, and it's like they're the bad boy
Yeah.
in the car community
Yeah, it's like a rapper getting arrested.
with an ankle bracelet.
Yeah.
That's what the clamp.
I ain't doing shit.
I got this. I can't go anywhere.
I got a goddamn ankle bracelet.
I got to wear a sticker. Yeah. And it's like a police sticker too. It's like, we are coming, like, get
ready.
fucked, you
Yeah.
piece of
Here we
shit.
come. Yeah. This is not a joke.
They take the wheels off. The wheels start disappearing from the car and shit.
Right.
Park it in a place for 7 years.
Right. Yeah, I see that sometimes. Stickers like police aware. It's like the police know about this. You ever seen those ones?
I like that. We're aware.
Yeah.
We're not.
Like someone's
We
been
know about
complaining. It's like there's a car parked out the front. It's like we're aware. We're not doing anything.
We may clamp the wheel,
We
put a
may
sticker
not.
on it.
Someone might come back, but we're aware of it.
We're aware.
It's a great tactic, isn't it? Just to have a sticker you can put on things. You say, I'm aware. Like you spill something in the kitchen, you put a sticker down. Aware.
Yeah.
I will clean this up, but I am aware.
You need to clean this up. You've parked a Hyundai hatchback in a loading zone. And we're aware.
Oh,
we're aware
man.
of that because, yeah, buses are needing to use it.
Mm.
You park in a bus stop, just leave it there for 7 years. They're like, we're aware. The bus can't stop.
We were made aware of that. Yeah, I saw someone, they had Pink had a concert down the street from where we are right now at Suncorp Stadium. And it's so frustrating to be delayed with parking and all that for Pink.
Yeah, because you're running late because of mediocrity.
Right. It's like if McDonald's somehow is like, we've got a sale on, we're going to have to block off the whole fucking suburb.
Yeah.
So we can sell shit food that kills people.
Yeah, it's like the collateral damage is you missing a melanoma appointment because of banality.
Right.
Sheer banality.
Absolutely.
That's the true banality of evil.
Right.
Is missing, your chiropractor's back cracking session.
Because Pink has got a concert on, it's blocked, all the roads are blocked.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw some bold people parking just on, like, just crazy, like, up on the gutter into, like, grass and trees and shit in the middle of the medium strip. Like, just nowhere you could ever park. And I saw they got a fine. And I was like, that's kind of clever. What they've done is parked on the grass at the stadium.
Yeah.
Just crazy. And they just get a fine. And it's like, yeah, that's my parking bill.
Right.
Think about it.
Oh, you just accept it, reframe
Yeah.
it.
You're like, yeah, it's $100-something bucks. Yeah. And I got to park just on the footpath at the stadium.
Yeah. It's all framing.
It's like, bargain,
Yeah.
It's not a bad deal.
Yeah. Wow, she creates a real fever
Pink.
in a city.
Yeah, she's the worst. She's so popular in Australia, but nowhere else. It's weird. I mean, it's a testament to Australia's taste,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the banality of banality. Really.
Yeah, the banality of banality.
And I guess she looks Australian.
She looks like an Australian bogan.
Yeah. She
Kind
looks
of.
like someone in a food court.
Right.
Don't you reckon? Like she's trying to subdue an unruly toddler.
She does look like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the vibe. Like,
Jaden.
Jaden, I'm Pink. Okay,
I'm Pink. Stop
I'm
doing
doing
that.
a concert.
No, seriously, Jaden. I'm Pink. I'm coming up.
I have a theory that she lives in Beenleigh and pretends to fly in.
Right, to make it a bit more glamorous.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I don't think even anyone in America knows who she is.
If she was drinking rum and coke at a footy game, you wouldn't bat an eyelid.
No.
I wouldn't think twice about it.
Yeah.
On that note,
But she's great
she's great.
and a legend. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Pink, I think is what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Anyway, I guess we should call it a call it a night. I don't know.
Let's get IndieMax. It's cheaper than a colonoscopy.
True. It's a lovely thought to end the podcast on. Thanks so much for listening.
Guacamole.
We'll see you next time.